Hi there, Nataša here from In the Kitchen with Nataša, and today I am going to be making the broccoli cheese soup that is to die for with homemade sourdough bread croutons. I posted some pictures yesterday and people were asking for the recipe, so I love the soup so much and we all love the soup so much, we're making a new batch today. Before we start making the soup, I do make from scratch chicken stock for the soup that we'll be using for the soup. So I want to show you what that entails. And let me just move the camera a little bit. So I have in this bowl 5 drumsticks. They're already washed, clean. They're going to go into a pot. I have about 2-3 quarts of water in the pot that I'm going to be bringing to boil. And then these are the vegetables that we'll be using. Celery stalks, I'm doing 2 carrots, 3 smaller onions. If you have large onions, you can do 2 or 1. We're going to use some parsley root as well as fresh parsley leaves. And we're going to bring all of that to boil. It will simmer for a while until we get the stock. I will not season it because I want no sodium in it. I want to be able to just control my seasoning later when I actually do the broccoli part of the broccoli cheese soup. And of course, because it's going to be loaded with cheese, that's going to be an added sodium layer. So I definitely feel like I do not need to season my stock. Now, if you are vegan, you of course can do an alternate cheese type. There are many out there that we've tried. I like Dea shredded mozzarella. It's really good. And then of course, instead of chicken, you can do just vegetable-based stock. So the sky's the limit. Do not stop at that. Some people have even done beef broth. So whatever works for you. My kids love chicken, so we're doing chicken stock today. So let's get started. I'm going to get all of these vegetables washed. And I won't really cut them too much because I'm going to be blending them later. I just want them to boil in the water and give up all of their flavor. That way. Infuse the water alongside with the chicken. I'm going to grab all of these vegetables that will be cooked and I'm going to put them in the blender that is behind me. So we'll blend that together with some other items. And so we'll do that step by step. Okay. So I'll show you, I am going to char the onion just on the open flames because of the flavor. Charred onion in a soup is just amazing. And then this is the stock that we're bringing up to a boil, and I still need to add carrots, and then this charred onion will go in there too. Okay, so here I'm using the same pot that I just used to make that amazing sauteed onion for my potato casserole that's in the oven. And now I am adding again chopped onions, 2 big heads of chopped onion or 3 smaller ones, whatever you have on hand. And this will now saute again with a closed lid. Over here in this pot is the chicken stock that is pretty much ready to be drained. I'm going to grab all the vegetables and I'm actually going to blend them. And now we're just going to be sauteing the onions here. And then I'm going to add the big chunk of garlic, minced garlic that I have, as well as parsley when this is nicely caramelized. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so the onions are ready. They have caramelized. I don't know if you can see this color, but it's just amazing. And the smell looks great. I mean, the aroma is amazing. So I'm adding the garlic, the minced garlic, and then parsley. So, I don't know. I had a total of 15, probably even more cloves of garlic. I'd say there are at least 10 cloves of garlic in this dish and about 5 5 to 7 cloves in the other one, and then there's a nice handful of parsley here. Oh my gosh, the moment you add the garlic to this, the aroma changes, and it's just, I don't know, if you do not like garlic, I don't know how you're able to be in the kitchen ever. But you would definitely not be able to be in our kitchen because garlic is prevalent in everything we make when it comes to savory dishes. Garlic is in everything, as are onions, and I love these onions. So these are done. The stock is great. I should show you what the stock looks like. So give me a second. This is the chicken stock. Look at that color. It's just amazing. All the vegetables have cooked out, and so I took out the vegetables, I drained them, I decided not to blend them. They gave all of their vitamins and flavor, and it's all in the stock, so there's no need for it. And I'm going to be now adding the soup to the sauteed onions. Look at that. So good. So here we go. I have the soup right next to the onions. I have them simmering on low, and I'm just going to add slowly this chicken stock to this pot. All of it. I was gonna ladle it, but that would take forever. So this is the way we do. And then just mix. Get all the onion flavor off of the bottom. And now we're gonna add broccoli. Okay, so the soup is boiling. I'm adding broccoli chunks. They're huge pieces, and that's rightfully so because this will all be blended. The broccoli just needs to come to a boil, 3 minutes. That's it. And we take it off and we bring it to the blender. And we're gonna be adding all that awesome cheese flavor on top and putting it in the oven with croutons. The croutons are in the oven as well. The recipe for croutons has been featured before. I will make sure I add the link to those croutons in this video as well, so you can reference it. Okay, so we just wait for the broccoli to come back up to boil. 3 minutes, that's it. Okay, here we go. I got the soup and the laughs, and I'm just going to add it to my blender. I'm gonna be adding and ladling. Don't you like this big wooden ladle? I just feel it's so rustic. It's all me. I just want to get like a big kettle outside and make a huge pot of soup. Okay, so Dad says, stop, 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 enough, enough, enough. I want to listen to my father. I'm going to put this in the blender, blend it, and we're going to put it back into a different pot until everything is blended. And we're going to serve it in these pots with a whole bunch of cheese on top, and it's going to go into the oven to bake for a few minutes until the cheese is bubbling and nice brown, golden brown color. So stay tuned. Last batch. Okay, so here's the blended version. It's already creamy, but it needs to cook for about 15 minutes. I'm just going to add some heavy cream to this. That's the other half of, you know, from the first recipe with potatoes, we added half of this heavy cream, and now I'm adding the other half to this batch of soup. It's quite a bit of soup here, if you ask me. So we're just gonna cook it. I'm not gonna do any taste testing until it cooks on slow simmering fire for about 15 minutes. That's when I'm going to do some taste testing. I want to also show you my croutons are done. This is from sourdough, stale sourdough bread, homemade of course. I have the recipe for those already featured, so I'm not featuring it in this video, but they are amazing. So this is gonna cook, simmer down. I'm going to ladle it into the dishes. I'm going to add mozzarella cheese, fresh and shredded mozzarella cheese on top. It's going to go into the oven. The cheese is going to get all melted and ooey gooey and golden brown. And then we're going to garnish it with some parsley and croutons. And that is going to be absolutely amazing. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're ready to assemble the soup. So I'm going to go ahead and just ladle the soup. I have 4 bowls in a baking sheet ready to go because they're gonna go into the oven. So I want to make sure that I can easily serve them. So I'm just going to ladle the soup. As you can tell, I have a few smaller chunks of broccoli too, because I just want it to be known that this is actually a broccoli soup. So far, there's no cheese in this. The cheese is coming. But when it melts and blends in, that's when you're going to get all that awesome flavor, and it definitely tastes like broccoli cheese soup. The best I've ever had, and I definitely do not intend to ever go to a store and buy myself some broccoli cheese soup or go to a restaurant and order it, because I know how to make this one from scratch in my own kitchen, and I know what I'm putting in it, so it has to taste absolutely delicious. Okay, I do want to move the pot so you can see what I'm doing next, so just give me a second. Marco Magnus. So next, I'm going to just garnish with a little bit of parsley. It's fresh parsley, so it gives it a nice subtle flavor. And then I'm gonna use some fresh mozzarella that I'm just going to put inside. It's gonna drop down, and it's fine because it will still be ooey and gooey when it melts, and it's going to get that crazy stretchiness, you know, when you start eating good cheese, good mozzarella, and it just stretches for days. That's what we're gonna get here. So just crumble it in your hands. And then next I have, again, mozzarella, but it's in shredded form. So I'm just going to add the mozzarella, but I forgot something. I need to add croutons. So I'm actually going to put just a handful of croutons inside every soup. Again, these are to die for, so if you've never made your homemade croutons, you owe it to yourself. It is absolutely divine. The flavor is beyond delicious. And then we are doing some shredded mozzarella on top. And this, of course, is going to get nice golden brown, and it is just going to be this perfect crust. It will be a perfect crust that you will dive into when you start eating. So okay, I'm going to be assembling this, and then we'll go into the oven for 5 minutes max. I'm going to put it on the broiler, and then we'll dig in. I'll show you the finished product. Here's the first batch. 4 soups. They're bubbling hot, just out of the oven. Look at that cheese. It's so ooey gooey. And then, of course, I should show you. If you can see it. Oh, probably can't. Never mind. There's 3 more soups and in the oven under the broiler. So look at that. I can't wait. We need to wait for this to cool off a little bit. It's crazy hot, but I can't wait to dig in and get into this amazing soup, amazing goodness. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit when I do the taste testing, as always. Okay, we're all sitting at the table. We're ready to do some taste testing, so I want to show
Merry
you
Christmas.
Again what it looks like. It's all my family, so don't be surprised. No surprises here. Everybody is... It's my family. They're all a little bit crazy, just like me. So let me show you what my soup looks like.
Crazy. I'm not crazy.
I am crazy.
Here's my soup.
So
So here they are. They're all complaining about flashlight. Here's mom. Look at that ooey gooey cheese. Dad, what does your soup look like? He has a special bowl because he's dad. Look at the cork tree in the background. That's my daughter and my creation. Mom, how is it?
Look at it.
Oh, and these are the potatoes. We're gonna dig into those next.
So good. So good.
Magda.
Delicious.
Hi.
Hey guys. Marco. Magda.
Delicious.
Okay, go for it.
My eyes. It's delicious.
Marco, what's the verdict?
It tastes good, and it tastes amazing. If you were to go in space, you'd probably want this as your main dish.
Thank you. Can you notice we have extra cover for Marco?
I'm not messy. I'm not messy, but
Oh
I
my
am
gosh.
little messy. Yeah, you're not messy.
Habs, what do you think?
Excellent.
Smile.
Are you sure?
Excellent. Yes, I'm sure.
Can I get a bite from you?
Sure you can.
Mine is best. Look mine. Look mine. Mine is best. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God.
Here's my soup.
No, wait.
Yum.
Guys, I'm not messy. I'm Lionel Messi. Yeah, I'm Steph Curry.
Juicy. Mmm.
Oh, can you see that steam? Look at that steam.
Mmm.
Look at that.
I love it. Brownie, creamy. Oh my God.
Brownie, crummy.
Hey, don't make fun of my
I
mom and
must tell
dad.
you
it's
that you
Baba.
make it better than myself.
Did I?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
did.
made better than father.
What?
Yes, you did. It's good. It's very good. Super.
Oh my God. I'm like,
Bones and
I think Mr. Ramsey can serve this in a restaurant in London or anywhere.
oh, Mr. Ramsey, do you hear this?
Yeah, must be there.
Can you accept the challenge? Beer. This is not beer cheese. This is a broccoli cheese soup, but I do want to make a beer cheese soup too. So, okay, my mom and dad really made me cry when they said that I made really good soup. That means a lot, you know, because they've been cooking all their lives, and everything I've learned from them. So for them to tell me that I've done something this well, it means the world to me. And my kids, of course, love it. And Dad mentioned Gordon Ramsay. So,
yesterday, huh?
Gordon, Mr. Ramsay, if you're watching this,
I'm sure that's better.
hey, take a look. What do you think? Did we do a good job? The way we did the broccoli cheese soup? It looks amazing. And look at these croutons. And it's just, to me, it's out of this world. So
Yeah.
I hope you all have
We don't
A
sell
great
nothing,
weekend.
we only share.
I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy your time. I hope you're all healthy and happy. It's the holiday season, so from my kitchen to
Happy
yours,
holiday for everybody.
Have a
who-
great
who look at us.
time and go experiment in
And
the
listen.
kitchen. And all the recipes that we are experimenting with will be posted. So this was a twofer. We did the potato casserole and we did the broccoli cheese soup.
And no secretary.
And I did the croutons, which I talked about earlier, and I have a recipe for the croutons, so it's not a secret either. That's my dad's recipe, by the way, the sourdough bread. That's a 3-year-old starter. So anyway, from my kitchen to yours, have a wonderful weekend and a good night. Thank you. See you later.